Ooh, the tailgate continues. Whew. What's up, Lady G? Here we are again.
I know. Long time no see.
All right, so before we even start, oh yeah, buddies. Who do you think it is? Mania. Hey, brother, what are you gonna do? Brother.
Really?
Hulk Hogan passed away.
Mm-hmm.
No way.
Yes, just seen the breaking news, so I just figured we'd have to put it out there. God bless Hulk,
I'm
man.
just like,
I mean, I grew up with this guy. You know what I mean? Who doesn't
Yeah,
love Hulkamania?
no, I
you
mean,
know?
everyone from our vintage did, you know?
Come
our
on,
vintage.
Every kid was slicing their shirts to try to get them to rip, you know?
I know.
Wow. Yeah, that's crazy. I hadn't heard.
God bless Hulk up there, buddy. We love you, man.
That was a good impression though, man. I'm not gonna lie. As soon as you did it, I'm like, I know exactly who he is right now.
There you go. Well, hey, Dan, welcome to the stage, man. Another tailgate. We had your tailgate in February. Now we're back here with Avionte here in sunny Minnesota when we get there, Minneapolis. And yeah, you've been to Avionte Connect a lot of times, right?
Yeah, one of my favorite events. This will be fourth year for me. So it's I love going there. Great energy. As far as staffing events goes, it's absolutely one of my favorite events to go to.
It is. And you're speaking too, right?
I am. I'm certainly honored to take the stage again and talk about really the modern staffing sales system. You know, we're still in this weird situation where the cyclical changes are overlapping with the structural shifts in the industry, and sales are all wonky. People are struggling to figure it out, and I've got a playbook that it's working really well. So I want to teach it to others and hopefully share some success in this industry.
All right, Dan, I'm going to call you on the spot here. Can you give us a little teaser more about this presentation? So if people's on the
playbook.
Yeah, that FOMO that, maybe I should come or not to see Dan.
You should definitely go. Because obviously not only will we be sharing the content, but I'll be there. So oftentimes at Connect, there's people that'll say, hey, this was great. I've got questions. And we peel off to the side. Usually there's these great chairs up at the top of the escalator, but anywhere we can peel off and actually break down how to use it for you. But Shark, this, man, we've hit this inflection point where marketing and brand awareness, the necessity for those two things are at a fever pitch, an all-time high. And it's critical. It's not even a nice to have. It's not a luxury. It's not a, hey, those are, for other companies. If you're not adding that element to your game, sales are going to stall. They're going to falter. And there's a number of reasons why, which I'll talk about a great epiphany I just had the other day. But you got to be doing social selling. You have to do this. And it's not something that you have to go outsource. There's a lot of things I'm going to be teaching that you can any producer can physically do. And I'll be showing exactly the steps, breaking everything down, what the producer should be doing or what managers should be setting up as the framework for the producers to be doing to create that brand awareness for their company that will prime the pump for sales.
And so nice. I work in marketing. Okay. I've been in staffing for better part of a decade. I don't want to age myself, but I ran a 360 desk, doing sales and also recruiting, but I love the marketing end of it. Okay. That's what that piece of paper on the wall says. And so I would love to just hear more. And hey, Avionte, I'm still waiting for my invite.
Dan, she's going to do that throughout the whole tailgate till she gets the invite at the end.
That's how it works, man. You got to manifest these things.
Yeah.
You got to put it out there. You got to say it enough times.
She is social selling herself right now to get this invite, right?
That's how it works. It's all about repetition. So many people are like, oh, I don't want to post that frequently. I don't want to come across as annoying. And it's like, it's not, that's the table stakes for what it takes to cut through the noise to get your brand heard, so you got to make a choice. What's more important to you, not coming across as annoying or actually having your brand heard? And if you want to sell today, you got to have your brand heard. And that's the price of admission.
No, it absolutely is. And where I come from, the marketing end, I'm just like, thank you for understanding. We're not worthy.
Yeah, that's another of the vintage, the Wayne's World. Gosh,
know, right?
Man, that takes me way back.
Big time. Okay, so a couple of the events that's going on. You've been there last year. I haven't been there since 2022. So Dan, break it down for people that maybe haven't been there in a couple of years. New venue, everything's rocking and rolling now.
Yeah, so obviously they had to go to a larger venue. I mean, it is insane how many people come out to this event. I think, and again, this applies to a lot of the staffing, events out there. However, it just hits a little bit differently. The way they have the vendor showcase laid out, where you can interact with these partners to the industry and learn from them, is pretty amazing. But one thing I really love about Connect, probably my second favorite thing about the entire event, is how they do the experience center. I think that's really cool. Like, that's something that I like, especially if I'm going to an event that's backed by a partner like an Avionte, that's a tool to the industry. Like, I'm going to want to go there and get a chance to play around in the sandbox and talk to the experts and talk to other people and say, hey, how's this new AI tool working? How's this automation workflow set up? Or, hey, I'm struggling with this piece. Can you help me with it? And it's just like live real-time experience. And I love that feature. I've not seen it done this way anywhere else. It really is. It's something special. And it's, like I said, it's my second favorite thing about the entire event.
Well, it's like live customer service is what it is. I mean, instead of you like putting a ticket in, you're getting to meet everybody there to solve anything that you had concerns with or stuff that you didn't even know about. Because I got to tell both of you, how many people use the ATS to capacity? Nobody ever. Dan, you probably know this. What, 20% is all they do? I mean, seriously.
Yeah. Yeah, for real.
For a kinetic learner like myself, that's like ideal. And so, because either people are visual, kinetic, audio, you know what I mean? And so I love the fact that they have that experience center to really go help assist people, because you may not even know about a tool that can optimize your workflow and assist you in the long run. So love that highlight.
And even on top of that, what's really neat, and you'll see this if you go, if you're not registered yet, if you're on the fence, just go. It's a great event. It is 100% worth your time and investment to get there. I guarantee it. If for some reason you go and you don't have an amazing time, hit me up afterwards. Let me know that. I'd be curious. But what's really cool, and I've seen this because I go, like, that's, like I say, second favorite feature of the event. I go there, but you can be learning about something and be like, holy cow, this is amazing what I can do. But there's other staffing professionals that are there around the table, and they're like, oh, this is how I do it. So you start to actually learn best practices from your peers in the industry. So something that is, what I thought was a really cool feature that they did, actually has this uplifting of the industry kind of benefit to it once you get outside the walls of Connect. So it's an amazing experience. It really is. It's a great way to test all the product features out before you have to, maybe try to implement it in your own agency.
I love that. Like, just SOPs, best practices, and working with other people. And it's a great networking event for everyone.
Well, you know what else is? The roundtables, Dan and G. You know what I mean? Like, they're going to have roundtables there. I think there's like 15 or 20 of them there with experts. And then, so you're going to get to mingle with your peers and talk about different topics that you're interested in. I mean, it's going to be very interactive is what I'm going to say, straight up. This is all one in where you sit at. And when I went before, you're going to be engaged the whole time. Am I right, Dan?
Oh, yeah. Over engaged.
You're going to be wore out when you leave.
There's so many different options. Like, I remember last year, I was honestly disappointed because my speaking slot was directly aligned with two other sessions that I personally wanted to attend. And I was like, are you kidding me right now? Like, when they invited me back this year, I'm like, I'm only going to speak under one condition. You cannot schedule me opposite of these 6 people. And they're like, oh, man. And thankfully, the people over at Avionte were very nice to me. And they made it so I could actually attend some of the sessions. But yeah, it is super interactive. It's a great blend from hearing from the leaders of Avionte about what's going on in the industry, how they're looking at the industry and how they're trying to respond to it for the sake of the recruiter and the agencies out there. But then also they bring in such a, I don't even know how many it is this year. There's probably 61. Dozens of like content experts.
61 sessions.
Yeah, it's insane.
I learned that
how many people like the Tom Herbs and the Mark Winters and like, people like that are like, they're just such tacticians in this industry. And when they teach, like, they really break down how to be successful in a wide array of areas. So they have a really nice blend, and the agenda has a great flow with it. So super engaging. And what's also cool is that all of these speakers, they're there through the event. It's not like you're just going to show up to a workshop, hear, Tom speak or whatever, and then never see him again. No, they're at the networking events. They're at the receptions. They're
mingling the whole time.
Yeah, you're gonna see them around, and you'll be able to pull them aside, pick their brain. It's a amazing event, great connections, great community.
You know what else is nice? John Thomas from Express Employment. He's going to be there actually doing a presentation, I think, about, them. What's nice about it, he's got all his workers. He's going to give you facts of what the work is working in with his staffing firm and everything else. So that's what's nice about it, guys, is it's just not like leaders up there. These are people that are proactive in the trenches every day, Dan, doing the work.
Yeah, that was actually one of my big takeaways from last year, getting to talk to, there was a panel of experts. I don't remember all the people that were on it. I know Dan Mastropolo was on it because something he said really stuck out to me, but they had this great panel of just like tech experts talking about the evolution of the tech stack, which I think is starting to be a bit of a defunct term, but how technology needs to be used in business. And they were using, like, there was real case study material saying like, hey, we're implementing this piece. This is how we messed up with the implementation and the lesson we learned from it. And this is how we're using it now. And these are the real world results of how we're, shorter time to fill and a better fill percentage and better customer journey experience ratings and all that kind of stuff. So I do like that it's real. It's not just, it's not hype and promotional stuff. Like they're teaching people how to
100%.
get better.
And
So
we all know
real
this.
data, real results, real solutions.
Yeah,
Exactly.
100.
And we all know the ATS is the core of your industry, your core of recruiting. I mean, if you don't have an ATS, how the hell are you going to recruit? I mean, so you need to learn everything and embrace it.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. It is the center, but it's even the term ATS, I think, is actually a bit outdated because now we've evolved into, you need to have a multi-faceted platform.
Yes.
You need to have something that is not just an ATS used to be the tool that we would use, right, internally, and it would help keep us organized. But now it has to touch the candidate and help them with their journey. It has to touch the client and help them with their user experience. It has to, interact with background. Like there's so many ways that it needs to interact and kind of power. So now it's no longer just an applicant tracking system. It is really more of an operating system for a staffing agency.
It's like Disney World of recruiting, right? We'll just say it like that. Seriously, it is. And everything just gets pushed out.
No, and so the thing is like looking at it as like a multi-purpose tool for both your B2B and B2C activities. So business to business, business to consumer or candidate.
I got to tell Dan, you're
marketing.
multitasking, man. Look at you, Dan.
Yeah. But no, like it is an absolute essential. And like, so we always called it like a CRM back in the day. And they were like, if it's not in CRM, it didn't happen. Like, I mean, having an ATS system and having something that you can rely on, because like you can have all your tasks and your follow-up management, everything else. But if it wasn't in there, it never happened, essentially, because you can do all these other tools and like use and do all these other things. But how do you actually track it, keep measurements, have your KPIs, and figure out where you're going? And how do you do forecasting unless if you're putting stuff in there? So no, I think it's an absolute essential. And I love the fact that you are so excited about this. And
he is. He's
hopefully
excited.
I get my invite.
I am. I would love to chat with you more about the forecasting and KPIs piece. I'm a little bit of a geek in that regard. Shark, one last thing I want to share, and then I got to jump, my friend, is my favorite piece outside of the camaraderie and the networking and those kind of the fun aspects of the event. My favorite part of the entire conference is Rishabh's keynote. When this guy, the CEO of Avionte, if you don't know, Rishabh Malhotra, he's a brilliant mind. He's an incredible, successful business leader. But when he takes the stage and he shares the vision that he has for where he sees the industry going and how he understands the plight of the recruiter that has to kind of meet the moment and the tools that they need to thrive and be successful in their role, and how he's actually put that together. When he casts the vision for Avionte, like everybody in the room knows that they're building something special there. And I get so excited just listening to that guy speak.
Oh, he's amazing, and it's amazing. So I'll tell you what, Dan, you got to leave. I'm going to leave on this note. Hey, brother, what are you going to do when Avionte runs wild on you? Come on, baby. I'll be doing Hulk Hogan for the next 3 weeks or whatever like that. But God bless Hulk Hogan. Hey, Dan, thank you so much, man. Can't wait to hear your presentation, have a drink with you and everything like that. If anybody gets a chance, follow Dan Mori. He's one of the most realest dudes in the industry, man. Straight up, buddy.
Love
Man,
chatting with you.
appreciate you
Thank
guys.
you, Dan.
Shark, look forward to seeing you in a couple of weeks. Lady G, we'll see you soon.
All
All right.
ciao.
That's a wrap. We'll see you soon, guys.
Bye now.